Nothing can make you feel quite as good about that handful of greasy movie popcorn as watching a movie about fancy food. Burnt is the name of the movie. Bradley Cooper stars as a chef who's a bit of a jerk and has cost himself his career early on in Paris, but now he's looking for redemption with a new restaurant in London. In addition to Bradley Cooper, Daniel Bruhl is in there as well. And some really great performances from both of them and the people around them. And let's just go ahead and start there. This movie's put together really, really well. I liked a lot of the writing. I liked a lot of the performances. I liked the way the story moved and the way it turned. There's this moment, I won't give anything away, but there's this moment in the movie where something turns in a specific way and the audience I was with just gasped. I mean, it was one of those wonderful moments in a theater where nobody saw it coming, nobody knew what was happening, and it meant something to the story. That's a big deal. That's almost worth the price of admission alone. Add to that, there's some beautiful, gorgeous filming of this beautiful food, and I love when a movie does that. I think of like Chef and The 100-Foot Journey recently. Both did that, where you really get a sense of the appreciation of the art of delivering food and that kind of stuff. And all the trappings of this movie are well done. You know, it just feels like it could be an Oscar contender. It could be something special. It looks like a fancy meal at a fine diner. Here's the problem. You take a bite and it's really kind of just a cheeseburger. When you really look at the way this movie finishes up and kind of how it completes the story it wants to tell, it's very basic storytelling 101. That's not always a bad thing. Sometimes a basic meal is the kind of meal you want, but it seems to be presenting itself as something a little more than that, but really the structure ends up doing all the things you expect movies to do, whether it be from the romance, to the adversary, to the way it wraps up, to the character development. And in fact, so much so that I feel like the end of this movie really neuters a lot of the power that the beginning of this movie had because of what it does to the story and to the main character. So I did not like that. In fact, overall, I think Burnt is a movie that could have been great, but because it just stuck to the script, went paint by numbers with so much of what went on here, I'm only able to give it about a B-. In fact, let's just go ahead and give it exactly a B-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. If you want to know more about what goes on here, I've got some links that I can show you that I'd love to. We'll get to the Best Ever Challenge here in a bit, by the way. Right up here is where they are. They're called cards. You just click on the little eye up here. It'll shift out. Video will keep playing, and you can look at other recent reviews that have happened. You can go to yourmoviefriend.com. There's a link there. Also a way to support the channel if you want to do that. I'd encourage you to follow me on Periscope. Download the Periscope app and follow Aaron Dicer. If you search for me, you'll find me, and I Periscope after every movie I go to. It's a lot of fun. Love hanging out with you there. I've thought about actually putting those Periscopes up here on YouTube as well. Maybe I'll do that in the future because they are a lot of fun interacting and hearing your comments and seeing what you have to say and taking your questions. So follow me on Periscope and the podcast, SiftPop, SiftPop. Search on iTunes or Stitcher or wherever you do podcasts for that as well. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where we pick the best movie ever in a particular category. My choice, I'll give you a clue for my choice, and then I'd like to hear yours in the comments as well. Let's do Best Bradley Cooper Movie Ever. Might as well go there. And for mine, the clue is many people have even forgotten he's in this movie, because you never see his face, but I think it may be his best performance just with his voice. I think that's a good enough clue to get you there. Take a guess in the comments. First person to guess mine right does get a point, and as always, I'll give you 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the logo right down in this corner.